Grandpa's gone and he left you 50 G's. Now you're having fantasies of living life as a flaneur. That's a French word for a fancy guy who failed out of college and fell back on his family's industrial farming fortune. But what did your dear old dad distribute to you in his last decree? Less than the cost of a Land Cruiser? That won't last very long. Living in luxury condos and sipping on $60 worth of craft cocktails every Saturday on Sukhumvit Soy 11. And sure, we've all dreamt about day trading and day drinking. But the fact is, very few of us are going to pay the bills playing the markets. Like a lot of guys, you might get here and blow through 30 grand in 3 months. That's from picking up the bar tab for those new blokes of yours who are broke, just like you're about to become. Or from buying a set of boobs for some broad you've met in a girl bar. You call her your girlfriend. The other guys call her when they got 20 bucks for a blowjob. You thought you would slide by in Southeast Asia with that sorry excuse of a severance package. But you turned the 7 grand in your savings account into a slush fund when you met the vixens of Vietnam at a seedy Saigon girl bar. And I gotta tell you, if you blow another 100 bucks on those broads, bub, your bottom's up. I implored you to stop when she asked you to start paying her rent. But no, you fell for the fact that her flatulence smells like flowers. You thought her hoo-ha was the holy grail. And now you've withered away what was left for you in the will. And where is she? Won't even return your texts. You thought you would touch down at Tan Son Nhut with 10 grand, sip dollar beers in Siem Reap, and date women half your daughter's age, and somehow the world would just deposit $1 million dong into your account because you deserve it? It doesn't add up. Here's the hard truth. This part of the world isn't looking to pay you for a pot to piss in or a window to grow it out of. If you don't figure out how to make money as a mediocre middle-aged man on the mend from a failed marriage before you land in Manila, you'll end up as a has-been that has to harangue his homies for 100 bucks until they don't want to hang out with him anymore. If you're borrowing money at a bar in Bangkok just so you can buy some bimbo another beer, your best bet might be a big sharp blade and a bid farewell to your friends and family back in Baltimore. This place creates more deadbeats than your wife's divorce lawyer. The rest of us can smell it on you, that stink of sinking in your own sorrow. If you don't have finances here, nobody wants your friendship. And as your accountant, I'm required to quit you when you become another one of those broke bums living out of a bunk bed in a backpack in Bangkok. So let's talk survival, the jobs you can actually get, the hustles that'll keep you out of the red, in good legal standing, and on your own 2 feet when every other farang is face down on the pavement in Pattaya. All right, let's talk about some rules. None of this under the table nonsense. You're not bartending. You're not DJing. You're not cashing a paycheck without a work permit. Immigration doesn't care about your career change to consulting and that you consider yourself a life coach. They'll fine you, deport you, and you'll be back in Ohio complaining to your cousin with the criminal record how you spent 3 nights in a Cambodian prison cell. And studies have shown that 5 times out of 10, the quality of life in a foreign prison ranks lower than the quality of life in Cleveland. Now, if you want to play outlaw, I'd suggest going to Tijuana, not Thailand. Teach, train, or translate. Teaching English is the easiest legal entry point. In Cambodia, you don't even need a degree. Just show up sober in a starched shirt.
In Vietnam and Thailand, the pay is better.
Just be prepared with the paperwork. Most expats I know, though, don't last long enough in that racket to earn a salary. How many times are you going to show up for school right after some slut sneered STDs on you at 6 a.m., leaving the bar and going to bed early enough to get up for glorified babysitting, still buzzing from a meth bender, trying to teach the ABCs to the offspring of Asian aristocracy? You're not into teaching, fine, be a corporate trainer, a private tutor, or if you got the background, teach martial arts or fitness classes. It's not glamorous, but it'll pay the bills by plenty of banh mi, and it'll keep you out of incarceration or from going back to Cleveland. Third option, NGOs, especially in Cambodia where they're everywhere. Just be sure to steer clear of the nonprofits who are not doing anything except driving luxury cars and fine dining with the donations. If you've got management, logistics, communications, or fundraising skills, you could land a modest paycheck. You won't be swimming in profits, but at least you won't be drowning in beer foam. It won't make you rich, but you'll have a purpose, a visa, and bragging rights that beat sitting on a bar stool explaining your business plan over bargain beers. And you'll get benefits that you don't find with the ordinary grind, like cultural immersion, connection to community leaders. You can start remodeling your resume and building your reputation. And if you want to start a business here, a job with an NGO could be a pipeline to potential future talent. Plus, you can't beat the perk of personal growth. And with this kind of work, at least you'll be giving out dinner to those who desperately need it, not dishing out the dirt and the drama about your divorce to a bunch of other drunks. Here's your fourth option, hospitality and tourism, which could be an easy entry point and offer you a straightforward path towards visa sponsorship. Hotels and hostels, dive shops and tour agencies, they all hire Westerners to deal with other Westerners, even if you're not well versed in the local vernacular. Plus, seasonal contracts are common, so you could try out a new foreign country without a big commitment. Sure, the money's not huge, but if you can smile and upsell, you might skate by with a little left over for savings. Plus, the flexible schedule could allow room for a side hustle. White Lotus, where white Western women are always welcome. Excuse me, ma'am? Some company. No, that's not part of our official job description. Can you hold, please? The job might offer free food and housing, and you could make a few extra bucks from the lonely foreign women. Johnny, you're up. You got a date. The frisky fat woman from Fort Lauderdale, room 502. And stop around. Hello, ma'am? Yeah, I got a guy. This is your fifth opportunity. Sales and business development, real estate, international schools, medical tourism. They could all use a foreign face man who could help them attract wealthy Western clients. Are you the boss? No, you're the bait, but the bait gets paid. Perks, paychecks, and plenty of air conditioning. Coming from a more developed country, you've got cultural capital, and you're not building their business here, man. You're just branding it with your blue eyes. Just stand in front of the room and smile, shake hands, speak in a version of English that doesn't sound like it's coming from a chopped sake movie. And this will look good on paper. International sales sounds a whole lot better than middle management in Milwaukee. And that old office job of yours is about to become obsolete because of AI anyway. So while your buddies are updating their LinkedIn profile, now that's funny, you'll be laying on a beach laughing at them. Just please, don't give those losers any loans. And this pathway will plug you straight into the decision makers, the power brokers and politicians. You'll figure out how deals get done, what services survive, where the money flows. And after you learn the local playbook, this won't be a job anymore. It'll be a launch pad for your own business. The world is changing rapidly, and I would implore you to change with it. Gentlemen, this is what the future looks like. Expats in this part of the world tend to fall into two tribes. There are the barstool zombies burning through savings and sob stories. And then there are the guys with jobs and routines. They're not just surviving, they're building value. Who do you think makes better friends? You didn't move all this way to become another one of these barstool bros, did you? To live cheap just so you can die cheaper? To sit slumped in a chair at a sidewalk bar all day long, scrolling through your phone, sipping on draft beer with that look of disdain for the other expats who can still stand up straight. That's kind of sad. Don't be sad. You moved here to reset and to rebuild, to find your place in this part of the world. And that can be a reality, but far too many fool themselves with a fantasy. Southeast Asia isn't going to fix you. It is not going to fund you. It won't love you. And that 10 grand you've got in T-bills won't allow you to live like some kind of trust fund kid in Thailand. If you come here with a plan and a purpose, you can rebuild your life. But if all you've got is that fantasy, well, this place will chew you up and spit you out faster than an alimony check you wrote to your ex-wife clears. So, you can come here and put your life back together, or let it fall to pieces. The choice is yours. And if you're looking for more advice, you can get my expat escape plan in the link down below. Whew. All right, bro, that's a wrap. And that might be embarrassing. I'm no Arnold Palmer.
Who is Palmer?
Who's Palmer? Arnold Palmer, one of the greatest golf legends that ever lived. Swear to God, sometimes you Cambodians have been living under a rock. Get all the gear. Do we owe them money?
No.
Did you tip the chick?
Yes.
All right, come on, let's get out of this heat. These guys knew how hot it was in Southeast Asia. I swear, no one in their right mind would ever retire here.